Bloody Mary? Bloody Mary is probably one of the most famous spirit summoning games in the world. The rules are super simple. You just stand in front of a dark mirror, turn off the lights, use one candle, and say, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary," 3 times. Sounds kind of goofy, but try doing it in your bathroom at 3 in the morning. The vibe hits totally different. It's quiet, pitch black, and the only thing you see is your own reflection. Though sometimes it feels like it shifts a little. People say that if you do it right, Bloody Mary will show up in the mirror. And yeah, apparently, she looks terrifying. Some say she'll stare at you for way too long, try to push her way out of the mirror, even snatch the soul of anyone who dares to call her name. But behind all these creepy stories, there is a scientific explanation. In a dark room, your eyes slowly adjust to the low light until your focus starts to slip. Your face in the mirror can look distorted, longer, darker in some spots, or even like it's shifting out of place. It's a psychological effect that people actually talk about a lot. Add spooky stories on top of that, and your brain can basically prank you into seeing things that aren't there. Still, for a lot of people, that feeling of something watching you from the mirror feels a little too real to just call it a hallucination. Baby Blue. Baby Blue is a summoning ritual tied to the legend of a ghost baby. The game starts in a dark bathroom, kind of like Bloody Mary. You have to turn off the lights, stand in front of the mirror, shape your arms like you're holding a baby, and repeat the phrase Baby Blue, 13 times. If the ritual works, you'll start to feel the weight of a baby in your arms. Some people say they've felt tiny nails scratching their arm or heard a faint crying sound coming from the mirror. This is where the creepy part comes in. If you hold the baby for too long, they say the mother will show up. People call her the Blue Lady. Usually, her reflection appears first in the mirror, blurry, pale, and looking like she's furious that you're holding her child. And if it gets to that point, there's only one rule. Drop the baby immediately and get out while turning the lights back on. But yeah, even with all that, Baby Blue is still just an internet urban legend. The sensation of a baby in your arms comes from muscle tension. The figure in the mirror is just your mind playing tricks on you in the dark, pretty similar to Bloody Mary. Dry Bones. Dry Bones is an internet-born demon summoning game. The concept is basically hide and seek, except your opponent isn't your friend. It's a tall, thin, shadowy creature that looks like a walking skeleton. The game starts at midnight, with you being completely alone in your house. You have to go into the bathroom, turn off the lights, and say a specific invitation to begin the ritual. "I want to start the game, and I'm inviting you into my home. Come now." If you hear anything in response, you're supposed to take 1,000 steps and hide as fast as you can, because the demon has already arrived. Your job is simple. Survive until 3 a.m. without letting it find you. If it catches you before 3, they say your life will turn miserable. Constant bad luck, nightmares, even getting drained until you're nothing but bones. But if you make it all the way until the time runs out, you get a reward. One wish will supposedly be granted. And this part is important. Once the game is over, make sure to say, "Thanks for playing, but now you have to leave. You're not welcome here anymore." If you forget to say that, well, good luck, because it might decide to stay in your house permanently. Ouija board. The Ouija board, or spirit board, has been around since the late 1800s and has become one of the most famous tools in the world of spiritualism. The rules are simple. A few people place their fingers on the planchette and start asking questions to the spirit. Supposedly, the planchette will move on its own, slowly spelling out answers. Many people say they've felt some kind of foreign energy pulling the planchette, and some even claim the room's temperature changes when the spirit begins to respond. The Ouija board is often considered one of the most dangerous games because of all the stories about disturbances afterward. Footsteps, objects moving on their own, and nightmares that last for days. Scientifically, the movement of the planchette can be explained through the ideomotor effect, a phenomenon where your muscles move unconsciously when your mind already believes something is going to happen. The movement really does feel like it's not coming from you because it's subtle and collective. When everyone is focused and believes, their brains unconsciously guide the planchette toward whatever outcome matches the story they expect. But still, even with the scientific explanation, the Ouija board's reputation as a spirit-summoning tool never goes away. And its mystery only gets deeper because many people believe science can't explain everything. The elevator game. The elevator game is probably one of the most famous urban legend rituals from Korea. They say this game can send you into another dimension using nothing but an elevator. The rules are super simple. You have to enter the elevator alone, then press a specific sequence of floors, 4 to 2 to 6 to 2 to 10 to 5. If the ritual works, when the doors open on the 5th floor, a woman will step in. She'll just stand there, silently. And the most important rule, never look at her. Don't respond, even if she speaks. After that, you have to press the button for the 1st floor. But If the elevator starts going up to the 10th floor instead, that means the ritual has connected. People say that when the doors open on the 10th floor, the world outside feels different. The hallway is empty, dark, and the building feels completely abandoned. Some even say it feels like there's no life there at all. If you want to go back, you have to get into the elevator again, press the first floor, and don't step out if the doors open on any floor other than one. If you walk out on any other floor, they say you could get stuck in that dimension forever. That's why a lot of people say this game isn't just some silly urban legend, because the sensation feels way too real, especially when the elevator starts moving on its own. The Hooded Man. They say this ritual can summon a ghostly taxi that picks you up and takes you on a ride to somewhere else. You play it alone, in a dark room, between midnight and 3 in the morning. You just have to close all the windows, turn off the lights, lock the front door, prepare a landline phone, and say to the mirror, "I'm ready for the ride." If the ritual connects, the phone will ring on its own. Pick it up, but don't say anything. Just stay silent. You'll hear slow breathing. Then the call cuts off. A few minutes later, the phone rings again. This time, a deep voice will ask, "Are you ready?" If you say yes, he'll respond, "Go to the door. Your ride has arrived." And when you open the door, there'll be an old black car with dark windows waiting for you. The door opens by itself, like it's expecting you. The driver is tall, wearing a black hood, and you can't see his face. He'll only say, "Do not speak unless spoken to." During the ride, everything feels off. The road turns into fog, and the radio starts speaking in some strange, unintelligible language. At the end of the trip, the car will stop, and the driver will reach out his hand and say, "Give me something you don't need." Give him any small item as payment. After that, the door opens, you step out, and suddenly, you're back in front of your house. The ritual is only truly finished once you return inside and call the same number again to say thank you.